Hello, I'm back today again with another die set which was sent to me from Tonic Studios. It's number 6 in the series Designer's Choice. You can see from here. And this one is called the Cosy Cantilever Box. So I'll just show you, when you lift it out of the little package that it's in, you'll actually find full instructions which are really detailed and very good. They're on this sheet for a little 3-tiered one with a lid, so you've actually 4 little boxes to make there. And if you just turn the page over, there are a couple of other ideas on the back. Now, some of the other ladies have made some of these and they're on the Tonic Studios website, the blog or wherever, and you can have a little look there. Actually, when I saw this and I realised that you need brads for it, I thought, well, actually, I've got some brads that I've had for years and years. Well, you know what crafters are like. We hoard everything. These must have been in my stash for about 10 years, just waiting for this moment, I'm sure. And I thought they'd look really nice on this, rather than have just tiny little plain brads. They would actually work too, but I just thought they were the moments for these ones. So, in the set, we have this large die here. This is the largest of them all. I just move this out of the road so you can see it better. Now, this is the piece that will cut out this shape, and this is essentially the little drawer, the little box. The holes in here then make the holes in the die cut. I don't know if you can see them on there. And that is the positioning for the little brads. So I thought, rather than have just a plain one, I sort of made a few different templates while I was working out what I would do, and I came across this beautiful foiled Kraft card also by Tonic Studios. See it there? And I thought that would be really nice, and it would also work well with these. So there's sort of some gold in there as well. There we are. So, as well as this outside die which makes the little trays, there are lots of others. So, some of them, if you're not using patterned paper, there's little dies like this one and this one as well, which cut out a lovely decorative shape that you can use on the top. There's also a plain square one there, which is the outside for both of these. And then there are panels here, which is an outside and an inside, which would decorate the pieces that are plain on the sides there. And then some other narrower ones that you would need as well for some of the other pieces. And then this one, which essentially is, I suppose, a little buckle. This shape, which is very nice. And that's a patterned part for it as well. That works with this one. You can see it there, this little shape. And then these two pieces here, which you'll need to cut out several times. So even if you're just wanting to make the box on its own with no decorative pieces at all on it, the parts that you'll need to use are this one and these two, because these are the little pieces that move back and forwards, and you put the brads through the holes in them. So what I've done for mine is I've cut this piece out 4 times. Now you'll get 2 of those out of an A4 piece of card. So just check first of all you're going to have enough to finish your project in case you need to move to something else. But this one will cut out twice, so I've gone ahead and done that, and you can check as well which way your pattern's going. So you have these down the side or whatever, if it's a one direction pattern. So for my third one then, I just want to show you how to make that up, and I'll just move these over. So that is the exact shape that I've cut out here. Yeah, there we are. So what you want to do is fold all these pieces over. They're all already debossed, which is fantastic. Actually, it just makes the job so easy, and this is so simple to put together. These little lips are the pieces that will form the top of the box, because when these are finished trays and they're going to be stacked on top of each other, that gives a lovely little finished edge to them. And then these little pieces at the side are the ones that hold the tabs, the boxes together. But everything's already marked on it and already debossed, but you really would be advised to burnish them all and give really good sharp creases. So we'll go ahead and do that. The box will look so much better if you just take a moment or two and make sure that you've got that done really carefully and really crisply finished. That all adds to the finished look at the end. And I've done that one already, so just this one to fold up. And then really it's so simple, but these little tabs are just the pieces that you need the glue on at the start, so we'll just put some on there and there. You could use red liner tape if you wanted, but this is easy enough to do. So the glue is just on this edge, and then you just fold that over. Meets perfectly. Just hold that for a moment or two, and then we'll work our way around the box doing that. Now, just a little dab of glue into these corners, just a tiny little bit, and I like to make sure that the side pieces are the ones that are folded in first, and this one, because these are the pieces that will be the side of the, see with the holes in there? That will be the side of the little box where the little brads and things go, so this will be the front of the tray, and when you open the box you want to see that one sitting nice and flush. So I would suggest just putting a little drop of glue in there, just in below, and there, and there, and then you can just hold that in place for a moment or two. Or if you're going to be doing something else, just a little peg in each corner again. I find those really useful because I'm a little bit impatient. I like to be doing something else while the glue's drying. You're probably the same. It's a crafter's thing, I think. There we are. Just wipe off those little bits of excess glue. So the next thing to do for this stage is use these little dies. So that's the longer one and the shorter one, and for the box that I'm doing here I've cut this one out, the long one out twice and the shorter one out 4 times. Now what I've done, depending on the card that you're going to use for yours, you may not need to do this, but I just thought it would make this a little bit sturdier. I have actually doubled those, so I've cut them out twice, and once in just plain Kraft. It wouldn't really matter because you're not going to see what colour that one is in below, and then I have glued one on top of the other, so that's actually double thickness. And you don't actually even have to cut these out singly, because this die and I'm using the Tonic Tangerine, they'll both, if you just layer up the two, you know, your patterned card and the plain one below it, this will cut through the two in one turn of the machine. So then that's these all ready to go, and the 3 little trays are now ready. So there we are, just that's the way they're going to be stacked. Now just the way these little pieces attach, I'll just show you. I think you guys should be able to see there. So from the front here, oops daisies, keep these all together, and from the front hole here to the back one here, that's where this long one is going to go, roughly. So it's hard to hold that just together there just to show you, but and then the next one will be going here, and the next one here. So really what's happening is they're going diagonally, and there's going to be no brad in this hole, can you see there, and no brad in this hole, but we'll put the brads through here. So I have just put the brad through the hole in the bottom hole in the longest one of these strips, and just push that in through there, the front hole in the box, and open the little split part at the back there, and that's how that's fixed in. Now it's much easier, I find anyway, if you do the same thing on the other box, on the other side, sorry, first of all, before moving on up the box, because it means that you can get at these little brads easier. So I just pop that through, and there we are. Obviously this has got to be a mirror of the other one, you know, they're both going the same direction, so there we are. And then we shall take one of these little small ones, put the brad through again, and as I say, it's much easier just when the boxes are open and you can see in the top of them, it's easier just to pop that through, so like this, and then I'll just do the same here on the other side, and then we'll just follow that on up through the box. So that's how it should look whenever you've got all your brads and these little pieces in place. Do you see that? Yep. And exactly the same on the other side, and that is so cute whenever you get it all together, and the way it opens, isn't that so cute? So there we are, there's the front of the box, and the little drawers open like that, and the both sides. So these little strut pieces are parallel on each side. I suppose that's pretty obvious, but I suppose I should say that anyhow. So on the top piece here, I have just, say this is the front and the back then. Sorry, this would be the back. Here we are at the front. I have just nipped off the corners on the two side pieces here. See, just here and here. And then this piece is going to get glued down, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue along that very narrow edge there, and pop that down in there. Hold that for a moment or two, just a minute or two, and then the fourth piece that I cut that I haven't made into the drawer is the piece that's going to be the lid. So that's it, cut out there. That's what the whole shape would look like, and I have cut these two pieces off and then folded all these other pieces in, and at this edge here I have just cut the narrow piece off and then rounded these edges, because that's the piece that's going to fold in. So I've just used a rounder punch to put in there. Now this little bit will go on the bottom, this piece is going to go on the inside, so we're just going to put some glue on there and there, maybe a bit more just to keep that secure, and then making sure you've got the back of the box, just pop that inside like so, and that little narrow piece will go along the bottom of the box, and the wider piece then will fit across the back, and then you just hold that in position for a few moments until the glue dries. So, and then this piece that we've rounded the corners off is going to be the lid that closes. So I haven't taken this piece off. You could do that, but I leave it there because it means this just fits down and it's a nice snug fit. There's no gaps then at the edge of it. So there we are, and that's the lid, and that's the little box. So that's it from the front and the side, the back, the other side. There you are. Lid open, and ta-da! Isn't that so cute and so easily made? I think you're going to love this one. It's a really lovely die set. Now obviously there's lots and lots of options. That's very simple, very easy to make. That you could put little feet on the bottom of it, you could put a pattern on the top, a little tassel on the top, you could use a magnetic closure, you could put tissue paper in there, you could line those with patterned paper, matching paper, you could put mirror card in, and that could just be a lovely little gift for someone. And there's also the option then of using the rest of the dies, or the matching dies, and similar card, so that you could make a little gift card to go along with the actual box itself. So I think you're going to love that, and certainly give it a try.